Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 4, Episode 267. Had a rough day yesterday, and today's going to be much worse than yesterday. A lot of stuff going on, very rough times right now. Emotionally a wreck, just not very happy. I'm in a position right now where I have very few places to play, very little EV that I can make. I'm depending on big swings, which I hate. I've always shied away from big variance, and here I am in the middle of big variance, and just not pleased about it at all. I'm depending on going back and learning new games, learning Limit Omaha, learning to play no limit, poker better, doing all these little side things to make money that I can't even tell you about, and it's really wearing on me. Today is going to be a horrible day. Today I got to drive 4 hours one way to hit one casino, then 4 hours in a whole different direction to hit a second casino, then a half hour to hit a third casino, and then 3 hours to go home. That's just ridiculous. And for what? I'm going to get 3.5, 4 hours of playtime. It is just going to be awful. 6 a.m. right now, leaving home in the dark, cold outside, and just really not motivated right now. And I'm thinking it through, and there's no other way at the moment for me to make the best EV for the day. But it gets to the point where if you're traveling that much, it might be higher EV to just work a second job and no risk. So I'm in that position right now where I'm very frustrated. I haven't even published yesterday's episode yet. So frustrated when I got home, I didn't even want to mess with it. Just not feeling it, and I can see how people quit doing what we're doing, because it's not easy and nobody understands, but you have to keep going, and you get yourself in a position where you know so much about it, you can't quit because the money's good enough that you can't leave it, but it sucks so much sometimes. Right now, it feels like 34 degrees outside. The high for the day, 53, and we're just leaving home. Traffic is incredibly bad for some reason. What are all these people, bakers or something? I mean, are they going to the bakery to make bread for us right now? Why are there so many people on the road right now? I don't understand. So right now I'm going to drive for an hour or so, get that episode published from yesterday, and kind of figure out exactly how we're going to do today, and I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I am back. It is 8 o'clock, 2 hours later, and I've been sitting in the car mostly quietly, watched a couple videos, really analyzing and thinking through, and here's what I came up with. I came up with the fact that I'm pretty spoiled and have done very well, even though I've worked harder than most people and longer than most people and focused more than most people and thought about what we do and the games that we play more than most people, and analyzed things to a degree that is so ridiculous. The time of day that I get to a place, the dealer, the people around me, the seat I sit in, the view of the pit view of me, the little actions that I make, the fake shaking hands, the fake frustration, the real frustration, all that stuff. I've analyzed this stuff so much more than I'll ever be given credit for. I guarantee you, I'll never be given credit for what I do, no matter what. And it's not about that. It never was. It was about making money supporting my family, supporting my parents, helping my family. That's what it was all about, always. And my personality has just been that I overanalyze everything. I know every exit on the way to every casino, practically, that I go to. Where the police would sit, where the speed changes are, where the gas stations are, where the best deals are, where the food I like is. Every little thing, I overanalyze everything. And sometimes your brain gets a little too full. And right now I'm tackling stuff at work, tackling stuff with politics, I'm tackling stuff with school, I'm tackling stuff at home, with home improvement, with family dynamics, with financial dynamics, with other family members' dynamics, and it's a big load at this point. It really is a tremendous load. And last night I talked to my wife about it. I said, you don't have to stop doing what you're doing. You don't have to assume that we have a problem or anything like that, but I'm extremely frustrated right now, and I'm a little bit overwhelmed with everything that I'm trying to do. Yesterday, when I went to the school, I went to examine the lunchrooms at a couple of the schools, and people had heard about me and the kind of things that I've been doing and the people that I've been helping, which I never wanted to do. I just wanted to be left alone and just live my life. And they had 3 pages of notes for me about the things that needed to be done, the things that they needed help with. And I was greeted by the staff and told all their problems, and genuinely they were asking me for help. And then I went to work, and I had to wait for the people to come change my windshield. I had to have a meeting with my manager, discuss the raise that I just got, discuss the changes on our team that are coming. We're going to be interviewing some people starting tomorrow. And then I went home and dealt with paying bills, and this kid arguing with this kid, and this political paperwork came in the mail, and how that affects what we want to happen, and endorsements and all these different things. And I was a little bit overwhelmed, and I had to talk to my wife about it. But the conclusion I just came to is that I'm spoiled, and I've had the run of everything all at the same time for a very long time, and I'm just a human being, and eventually you run out of space. Just like a computer has only so much memory, then it starts slowing down and grinding and eventually crashes. That's what's about to happen if we don't change something. And so the conclusion I've come up with is the election's going to be over soon. I'm going to continue doing the things that I'm doing. I'm going to attempt to be more organized, and hopefully I come up with a breakthrough soon about where I'm going to go and how I'm going to make money, and it's time to let go of other things. So there may be some things that I need to start handing off to other people, including possibly some kind of an assistant, B, possibly some of my kids to help me manage some things around the house, some financial things potentially, and report to me, and then I just go with that. Because I have set methods for everything. I can teach somebody my methods, whether it's an assistant or a family member, and then I'll be able to open up more time and have more space in my head for all the things that I'm working on. So I'm going to rely heavily on my trip to Vegas, and I'm going to be very frustrated if what I think is going to happen doesn't happen, because I really feel like I've stumbled onto something that could be big. And if it's not, definitely there'll be more room in my brain for stuff, but I'll be more frustrated than ever. And if it does work, then things are going to be a lot easier, hopefully. I am going to make some phone calls today. I'm going to be calling Norwegian Cruise Line because the play that I did on Norwegian last time earned me a free cruise. I'm gonna also talk to them because supposedly a couple more Caesars properties gave me a free cruise, and supposedly I still have some free stuff with Penn Gaming I haven't used, and I want to set up another cruise as soon as possible, potentially by the end of the year. So there's a lot of stuff there. I also need to make some other phone calls regarding passport renewals and things like that. And the end of the year snuck up on me, so there's a lot of credit cards that I either need to close or I need to use, because a lot of them will close your account if you don't use them once a year. And just like last year, I rotated about 20 cards, but I need to really look at them and say, look, if they're not old, if they're not high limit, then maybe it's time to get rid of them. Definitely almost everyone that has any kind of fee will have to go. I'll keep a Chase card, and maybe I'll keep an American Express card, but I'm ready to start churning those credit cards again as well. And then also, one of the things that I was doing online early in the year, late last year, early into this year, into about June or July, that kind of fizzled out. There may be a possibility to pick that up again. I'm trying to wait for one company to see if things worked out with them. If they did, I'll probably try to hammer that a little bit, but they've been so slow that it may not work out. So I want to focus on that. And then I want to get back into the buying and selling stuff, which I can't really do for another month or so due to limitations that I ran into. So all those things going on all at the same time. But our first step is to get to this casino. We're halfway there, and we're going to hammer them hopefully for a couple hours, potentially play some pot Limit Omaha, and then we got to get out of town for a 4-hour drive to the next spot, and hopefully some good things happen there. So that's what's going through my brain. That's what I've been thinking about for the last 2 hours. Throw it into your court. You can analyze it and think it over and tell me if I'm right or wrong. And I am going to make an attempt to email a lot of you back. I've had a big backlog of email just because I've been so busy. It's nothing against you guys. You guys have been very kind in your email, and you've offered some solutions to some of the things I have going on. You've asked some very intelligent questions, and I may address some of those in the next couple episodes. So that's what's going on right now, and I'll be back to update you soon. Alright guys, I am back. So just getting to my first stop here, and I decided I'm going to stop whining and complaining, and we're going to go in there and we're going to beat this place up. We're going to make a bunch of money. We're not going to worry, and we're just going to work hard, do all the right things. And my goal, I would love to walk out of here with $2,000. So that's going to be our goal right now, $2,000. And we're just going to go in there and grind away. We have a couple hours at this location. Let's go in there and make it meaningful, use our time wisely, and we'll see what happens. So going in there right now, and I'll be back to update you soon. Alright guys, since the music is not too loud at this point, we'll talk a little bit. So far, rough, very rough so far. Played some slots, ended up ahead $65. That's fine. Took a big wild ride on those, and ended up about even, which was plus $65 considering the bets I was putting in. Went and played Blackjack, immediately was down 800 like in 2 seconds, and worked my way back, and I was getting so much heat, so many people watching. I'm like, are you guys serious? I haven't played Blackjack at this place in weeks. And then I sit down and I buy in for a minimal amount, and everybody is there. Everybody is watching. I'm like, I got to get up. And I ended up just walking away ahead 200, but it's just been so horrible. It's like, you can't make money at these places anymore. I gotta go places where they don't know me, where I'm new to them. That's why this Vegas trip is gonna be so big. I was hoping to build up something before I went there, but I don't know if it's gonna be possible or not. Here's these guys making a big play without me. What are you guys doing? Oh, come on, guys. That's ridiculous. They're playing a ridiculous play. $5 a spin. It's so out of range. They're so stupid. They've gotten so lucky lately that they're doing these stupid plays that they're going to get burned on. There's no way. 3 of them over there playing at $5 a spin, probably splitting it 3 ways. Horrible play. Anyway, plus 200 on the blackjack, plus 65 on the machines. We're moving on. Everything's all right. I'll be back. All right, we're on the list to play some Omaha. Not really looking forward to this 4-hour drive after this. Not at all. This guy I know accidentally discovered a little trick on a machine that is so shady. It's doable. You can make money, but I think you could end up in prison when you're done with it. So crazy. The things that people figure out sometimes by accident. Oh my God, do you see how loud that Keno was that lady was playing? Jeez. Yeah, things are so rigged. Oh my gosh. They should have a podcast or something, call it like Rigged Game or something, to really expose some of the stuff these people are doing. Oh, so frustrating. Alright, gonna check out a few more things here, then head back to the poker room. I'm on the PLO list, so we'll check that out. Oh, I wanted to place one bet here. You know, let me ask one of these guys, because I wanted to ask about sports. See, these people aren't even open. It's so stupid. Alright, I'll be back. Alright guys, heading back to the car right now. I had one more session playing slots, ended ahead 301. I did not cash my chips yet, but I'm pretty much feeling like there is no more blackjack for me. I'm here in the car right now because somebody asked me for a password that I sent them yesterday that they claim that they didn't get. So let me get that out of the way and get that sent to them. I can also clear out some other things here that I need to do. But man, I'm so frustrated. I pretty much have nowhere to play blackjack now. These guys knew who I was right away, and why? Yeah, and why? I'm pretty much done. I've been able to avoid it in the evening shifts, and I still can avoid it on evening shifts. But it's like, to be able to come here on an evening shift every single time is just ridiculous. So yeah, man, it's very bad as far as blackjack. Really, I've got nothing else to do, man. Why won't this let me? Okay, so at this point, I am on the list for Pot Limit Omaha. I'm like second on the list right now, and I think I'll be able to play some before I have to leave. So it's like, what else can I do now? It looks like I'm a poker player now, not a blackjack player. See below. So yeah, I'm pretty upset. So frustrated. And I was actually able to hide what I won, even though I wasn't on that table for very long. I was able to make it look like I broke even. I saw they put me in the system, but they put me in as breaking even due to a combination of what I said and how I hid my chips. But that doesn't help me. Big deal. I mean, I've been able to make it look like I only made 900 last month and a couple hundred the month before. But what good is that if they're all still positive months, no matter what I do, unless I'm going to sit there forever and I'm going to rat hole chips, it's not going to work out long term. So I've got to push hard to do other stuff. The shift is changing. I only recognized one person on the shift. That's the only reason that I even played. And I guess I shouldn't have done that. I guess he knew. So I don't know if they have my picture there or how they know, but now it looks like everybody knows. The night shift, though, does not. So maybe they just haven't seen me enough to inquire as to who I am. So we'll lean on that more. That may happen on Thursday. So I know Thursday is going to be a long day because I have to be in the office for those couple interviews. So we'll deal with that, and maybe we'll play Thursday night. Other than that, looking forward to Vegas to be able to play. So let's head back in there and clean these bastards out. All right, guys, I am back, and we said we're going to do it. We're still working on it, but we're getting a little bit closer. I don't even know where we were before we went back in there. We were at 65, 265, 565. 565. That's not bad for an hour or so this morning. And went back in there, and I was still on the pot limit Omaha list. I had $1,200 in chips from before when I was playing blackjack, and I waited to use that on the PLO table. I didn't get called, so I was second on the list, and there was a seat open. The first person on the list wasn't there. They left them on the list instead of taking them off like they would with me normally. And then there was another person that had called, and they put them ahead of me and put them on the table. And then, so I was still second on the list. And I waited a little bit longer, and another seat opened up. And I just walked up to the lady, and I said, "Seat open, can I sit down?" And she said, "Yeah." So I don't know if that person was there or not. I don't think they were there. And, people that they know, maybe they give them special treatment and they leave them on the list. But I was able to sit down. To my left was an old man and he truly is. A lot of these guys are extremely old, like 80s and later, like very old and very cranky. I'll tell you that. They're like, this guy to my left, I'm sitting in seat 3. The guy on my left, the dealer hits his hand with a card, and he's like mad at the dealer, and the dealer's like, "What the hell, dude?" He's like, what do you want from me? Your hand was in the way. I'm just throwing the cards out. But we had a table, seat 1, old man, played almost no hands. Seat 2, a lady that when she had a hand, she raised from 5 to 10. Seat 3 was me, the stud. And seat 4 was this old cranky guy. And then seat 5 and 6 and 7 were just people coming in and out nonstop, losing their stack, leaving, coming back. And then seat 8 was another old man who played almost no hands. So not the easiest table to play on, but there were some people who gave me some action. I only played at that table for 40 minutes. And I bought in for 300 initially. Actually, that's all I needed, 300. And I won a total of 4 hands, I want to say. It's either 3 or 4 hands. And I ended up leaving ahead $790, so plus $790. So if we were ahead 500 and something before, now we're ahead 1,200, maybe 1,300 now. And unfortunately, now we have to go a long way. But let's talk about some other stuff that happened in there. Checked a bunch of machines on my way back when I came back, and as I was leaving, and didn't find anything. Was able to talk to one guy that I know from a different casino where I'm really not very welcome, and talked to him for a few minutes. And he told me about all these people and the shady things that they're doing at these casinos. And nobody's saying a word to them. But for me, yes, of course, I have to be singled out. So, I know. I've been silently hitting these guys for years, but why should I ever have to run out? I'm playing by the rules. I'm not doing anything illegal. So I had to cut my blackjack session short because of being gawked at. And, it's hard to tell. When you're good looking, it's hard to tell if they just looking at you because you look so good, or because you're actually getting heat. But it looked like I was getting heat because this Asian guy didn't look like he liked me that much. But and I didn't think he knew who I was, but he did. He put me in. So blackjack session was cut short. Slots were cut short. I mean, I made good money, but this Asian couple was there, and I don't have any problem with them. I think they're Chinese actually, but I don't have any problem with them because they're a young couple. They're just trying to survive, trying to make a living. And I know the girlfriend or wife or sister, whatever she is, she works a regular job as well. And they're just trying to do their best to provide. I get that. I don't have a problem with that. It's the people who come in who are abusive and dangerous and aggressive and who give us a bad name. Those people I don't like. So that couple was there. A couple other people were checking. A guy was checking as I was leaving, and then another guy that I talked to for a while. And he's like, yeah, man, I'm just trying to make like $40 or $50 a day. And he plays a lot of unnecessary things too. So it's probably hard for him to make $50 the way he does things. But so we had an opportunity. We made a little bit of money, and now we're moving on. And now I'm going to go grab some food, and then we're going to start our next leg of our long trip. And we'll see what happens there. But 4 hours to go after we stop for food. At that point, it should be 4:30 or so. Let's see, yeah, 4:30. By the time we get there, maybe 5 o'clock, and we'll see if we can make a little bit of money at that casino. And then we need to go to one more casino to see if they have a game. I don't think I'll make any money there. I think it'll be a wasted trip. I don't think they have what we're looking for, but it only adds about an hour and 10 minutes round trip, so we're going to give it a shot. It's a smaller place, not a lot of things going on, but we're going to try and see what happens. So right now I'm going to grab some food, and I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I'm back. I can't believe the second leg of my trip is over 4 hours. This is crazy. I got to stop for fuel again. I got fuel last night, made it all the way to my first stop, and now I got to stop for fuel, and still have a few, almost, let's see how much I have left right now, 181 miles till my next stop. So we're just going to enjoy it, and watch a little bit of YouTube, study some stuff. Oh, I got a couple, oh.
There are police reported ahead.
There's police reported ahead. I have a couple phone calls to make. I'll get those done right now, and I'll be back and let you know how it goes at my next stop. Alright guys, just stopping for some fuel right now, and I was counting my money, getting it organized and stuff again. I found another chip in my pocket I didn't realize I had, so we actually did not make $7.90 playing Omaha. We made $8.15, so that's nice, an extra $25 chip. I keep looking in my pockets now, hoping for another chip to be in there, but yeah, it looks like we made $8.15 on that. I'm gonna stop and get some cheap fuel for $2.10 right now. Last week was like $1.90, but hey, can't complain about $2 gas. And I'm going to grab a couple drinks here. We'll continue on our trip, and I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, got to this casino, and after 4 hours of driving plus, we found zero, nothing at all. So, but we have some other stuff to do around here, so we're going to hang around. Already took care of some stuff, a project I'm working on, and there'll be a little bit more to do here in a little bit. I left to get something to eat, but the place I want doesn't have any food, so that seems right. You make food, and you have no food. So you didn't expect to sell any food today? So anyway, probably going to head back there now and go from there. I'll be back. Alright guys, I am back. So I got some stuff done, the project I'm working on, but didn't make any immediate money other than that. So can't talk about the money on that right now. We'll talk about that later when it's time. But yeah, I don't know. It's like a wasted time almost. We'll see what happens. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what's upcoming here. This is going to be a very, very strange week this week. I'm not really happy with what happened today, but at least we made some money today, good money. Tomorrow, I'm going to the office, going to be there for about 4 hours. I don't know, I may be, you know, I don't want to be this guy, but I may get to the office, do a little work, leave, do a little work, do an interview, go to the casino, come back to another interview, then drive to another casino hours away, do this little side gig, and then check all the machines and all that, then drive 4 hours to another, oh wait a minute, a different area, and play there, and then 2 hours to another area. By then it'll be a little after midnight. Sleep in the car, end the episode there, start a new episode just after midnight, play all day while going through meetings online, and then head home. And it would be Friday night. It's going to be crazy. So I've never done that before. Let's do that. These are areas I normally don't mix because it's 4 hours from here to there and 4 hours from here to there. And then now we're adding another 2 hours. It's going to be 10 hours of driving tomorrow. But let's give it a shot and see what we can do. Hopefully make more money than today. We'll see what happens. Okay, let's do our segments real quick. What did you eat today, MW? I actually ordered 4 chicken breast pieces. They only had 5, so they gave me 5. They gave me the other one for free. That was like $4. And I give that a 9 on a scale of 2 through 8. Kind of got a little bit of a stomach ache from that. And what did you tip today, MW? I either tipped $3 or $4 on the Limit Omaha. Nothing on the Blackjack. Those guys, I hate those guys. And what did you learn today, MW? Man, what did I learn today? Other than driving to 2 different areas from home, 4 hours and 4 hours is a lot. And tomorrow's going to be worse. And we're not starting tomorrow till like 2 in the afternoon or 3 in the afternoon. So it's going to be a long day tomorrow. So we'll see how it goes. Pretty decent day today. A lot of driving, but we'll be cool. For now, I'm going to let you go. If you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com. mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.